Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. The content this video is motivation speech. The topic of speech is mathematics. The title is Mathematics Isn't Hard. It's a language by Mr. Randy Valis. With my voice, without spending any more time, let's check this out. %26. On the national report part, did the percentage you below for 12 grades for the sum fraction in math. In America, we had everything as a national country, but the 26% sound national to you? Raise your hand if you think as a country we need to do way better than that. I'm with you. We need math for where so many kids confuse bias. It is because only 23% of people are hardware from that love 70% or not. After working with thousands of guys, I can tell you this is a case at all. Kids don't understand math because we've been teaching is a humanizing subject. But if we make math human again, if we'll start making, you're probably wondering, how is math is every human in the first place? So think about it. Math is a human language just like English, Spanish, and Chinese, because it's allowing people to communicate with each other. Even in ancient time, people to need the language of math, to construct, to win a monument, and to measure the land for farming. The idea of math, the language is exactly new. The Greek philosopher on society, the law of nature are written in the language of mathematics. So you see, even Galileo agreed is neat. For someone along the line, we're taking the language of math without the real world around us, and we abstract that beyond the recognition, and that's why kids the word are confused. What does it mean? Will this third grade? California Math Standard. And people make sense when 8 years old. Understand the fraction 1 over b as the quantity formed by one part when a whole is partitioned into b equals part. Understand the fraction a over b as a quantity formed by a part of size 1 over b. And if you get this expression to endless years old, you probably get action like this. To a math expert, the standard makes sense, but to a kind, it's an absolute torture. I'll tell this example exactly because a fraction are the foundation to algebra, trigonometry, and even calculus. So can you understand fraction in the elementary middle school because it can help provide the hand them in school. But the way to make subtraction simple and easy for kids to understand. Just remember that math is language and use that the first image. For example, when the grade form the at the subtraction, I start with the apple plus the sun. For psi, yes, one apple plus one apple, and people often say two with the part correct. Help them include the word as well as the of math of language, but not just two. It's two apple. Next is 3 pencil plus 3 pencil. You are now the pencil plus pencil is pencil. So everyone, how many pencil? 5 pencil is right. And the key issue include the word. I tried to submit with the 5 years honest in mind. After seeing that pencil and pencil, I asked her what 4 billion plus 1 billion and my own overhead in the stage. She called and said, are you crazy? This has been kindergarten. How the supposed to know 4 billion plus 1 billion? I'm Judith. And many Spanish accounting look up and say, 5 billions? And I say that 3, it is 5 billion. My own stood ahead on that because he didn't expect that from the 5 years. But all you have to do is decide a language of words and math become intuitive that kindergarten definitely not supposed to know. 1/3 plus 1/3 and she immediately answered two-thirds. So you are wondering how can the possible know that? Then she does know about the numerator and the denominator. You see, she was thinking about numerator and denominator. She solved the problem this way, and she used 1 apple plus 1 apple as an analogy understand 1/3 plus 1/3. So even a kindergartner can end subtraction, you better believe that every third that can use it well. Just for fun, I asked her an algebra question. What 7x squared plus 2x squared, and then the 5 years correctly answer 9x squared. And she did is any experiments to figure that out. So when the people say that the either will or not is not true. Math is a human language, so we have all the ability to understand this. We need to take a language over too much angry because too many kids are lost and they are excited about math and it don't have to be way or working with a angry processing school student want to call algebra because she's only knew 44% of the multiplication task, although her task was kind of way only knowing the 44% of the alphabet. Holding me back, she called past the hard public relation, and she had no participation in that. As the result, this teenager and the competition in herself. I told her, we have a start with the multiplication. Cause one to know all for you with of your part. Everything is easier and then with the be happy fast fact every happy is the Disney line. What you think? Is it said okay? But she systematically learned the timetable in the weeks, and yes, even a motivation has a language is better than that. You'll be surprised at how many kids don't research 7 times 3 can be spelled out as 7 times 3, which just means 3 7 times, just like that. So when kids see this way, they quickly realize if the repetition is low and insufficient. So they group the memories that 3 7 times. Although we do as 21. The future teenager wants others in drop out, become fluent and confident in multiplication with the gain chance. Because for the first time, we can focus on the problem solving instead of counting of the finger. I can use a corner. This is future order 2 years counting as $450 a month will cost you $10,600 and she's looking at the different and said it's a fully song. That's expensive. At the moment, not having one is causing problem for her, but she loves giving a myself a problem a result toolbox. As an educator, it's my duty to challenge kids to do tired. Tell it to you this challenge. Your country is stuck at 26% subtraction, and I challenge you to fast the number higher. This is important because mathematics thinking not build your mind, but you just needed to image and develop their future. Meeting this challenge can be simple as eval plus eval. This change written math the human language, and I will get to sooner rather than later. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. Goodbye.